I'm sure you've had steak frites before, but have you ever had duck frites? That's on the menu. Let's go. What's up everybody, James with JB Sous Vide, and I'm so glad you're back. If you're here for the first time, this channel is dedicated to bringing you high quality sous vide cooking that you can do in your own home. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell so you get notified when we drop a new video. Let's jump into today's video. I'm sure you've had steak frites before. Well, today we're subbing in a beautiful duck breast. Duck breast is one of my favorite things in the world to eat, and it couldn't be easier with sous vide. One of the big challenges with duck is getting that perfect medium rare temperature while also getting that rendered and crispy duck fat. And that's why cooking it sous vide is so awesome. We're going to use the bath to get it to a nice medium rare temperature, and then in the end all we got to worry about is the sear, and I'll show you how to take care of that too. To start, we have these beautiful duck breasts from my #1 duck supplier, Tasty Duck. It's got a beautifully thick fat cap here and plenty of coverage. You want that coverage so that when we sear them up in the pan, the duck fat that's rendered out doesn't overcook the meat. We'll flip them over to the meat side here, and we've got these little duck tenderloins that we're going to remove. With these being connected still, I'm going to position the two breasts in the center of the fat and slice down the middle. The next step here is going to be to score the fat side, but if you notice, it's very loose. As duck fat gets to room temp, it's a lot harder to work with. So what I'm going to do here is put these on a plate and pop them into the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes. When they come out, the fat is a lot easier to work with. We can go ahead now and score it. You can go as large or as small as you want with the score. What we're trying to do here is give the fat some more flex. When we sear for the final step, we don't want the breast to curl up on us. After they're scored, I'm going to season both sides generously with salt, and I'm going to place it on a rack and let it dry brine in the fridge overnight. Now, the duck isn't the only thing I'm going to prep the night before. I'm also going to prep my French fries. Now, you don't have to, but I like to take the weight off my shoulders the next day, and this step can be easily done a day in advance. I've got 4 russet potatoes here I'm going to peel and then set in this cold water. This water is going to make sure our potatoes don't oxidize. I'll cut a little piece off the bottom so the potato can stand up and not roll while I cut it. Then I'll cut it into strips, about the width I'd like my fries. Then I'll lay those strips down and cut them again, about the same width. As I continue working, I'll put the cut potatoes in this bowl of water. Okay, now that the potatoes are cut, we're going to blanch them. Blanching them takes away our pesky oxidation problem, and it also removes some moisture from the potatoes. This is just going to help us be ready to fry when it's time. I've got my oil heated to 325 here, and I'm just going to work in batches. I'll dry off the fries first, and then lower them into the oil and blanch them for about 1 to 2 minutes. After that, I'm going to remove and put it over a baking sheet with lined paper towels. Since I'm going to be making these tomorrow, I'm just going to pop the tray in the fridge till I'm ready. Like I mentioned before, you don't have to do this the day before. I just find it easier on me the next day. If you're going to do it the day of, you'd want to chill for at least an hour. Alright, I'm ready for my duck now. We'll pop them in a Ziploc bag and we'll take them over to the bath. Our duck is swimming and our fries are already prepped. Now all that's left is a sauce. Of course you gotta have a sauce, come on. Myself, I'm gonna do a lovely béarnaise sauce. I already have a video where I show you how to do this one, so it's gonna be linked up above. Time to fry our potatoes. We'll heat up our oil to 400 degrees and work in batches. We'll fry for about 3 minutes or so, or until they're as crispy as you like them. We'll fish them out and transfer them to a bowl. We'll immediately hit them with salt. We'll continue working till they're all done. I would move the fries away from you because they're way too good not to pick at. Moving back to our duck. The heat is off, the pan is cold, and there's no oil. Trust me, wait till you see how much duck fat comes out of just these two breasts. I'll now turn the heat to high for 2 minutes. Doing this in a cold pan allows the duck fat to render more. If you just toss it into a screaming hot pan, all that fat wouldn't render much at all. After the 2 minutes, I'm going to turn my heat down to medium, and these breasts are going to render for another 5 minutes. This is going to get the fat nice and crispy. And don't worry about your beautiful medium rare duck. That nice layer of fat is going to protect it. And there you go. Beautiful crispy skin. Now to finish our béarnaise, we'll add our bag contents to a container and bring in our trusty immersion blender. Blend it till smooth. We can throw about another teaspoon of tarragon in, and there you have it. A beautiful sauce for our duck frites. Let's get a crisp check. Beautiful. Then we'll slice it up at an angle. Perfect medium rare there. And then plate them up with a pile of fries. All right, y'all, let's see how we did here. Perfect. Great color on that. Great crispy skin. So tender. Let's try it with some of this sauce on it. It's a delicious béarnaise sauce. Perfect. Just delicious. Tender duck. Delicious béarnaise sauce. Would go in for the fries here, but they're all gone. I picked a lot before I even plated, and then after I plated it, they just what? You know how fries go. If you got something out of that video, go give it a like down below. Hit that subscribe button and go watch some of the other videos we got on the channel for you. I'll catch you on the next one.